is that, jamming on the guitars?
Dina and I. That guitar was probably on about 11.
Dancing days are here again as the summer evenings grow.
By the end of 1995, Stone Temple Pilots managed to have another hit song with their take of Led Zeppelin's Dancing Days from the Encomium Tribute album. And Scott Weiland experimented with a side band, the Magnificent Bastards, who were featured on the soundtrack of Tank Girl. But as far as STP was concerned, the primary issue was putting aside their personal differences and Weiland's ongoing legal battle and getting back together as a music-making unit.
I think the main part that's satisfying about the writing is when a song, either by us three, is presented to Scott, his way of putting what he has to the song is really fulfilling.
I think that the stress of it's changed. The first album, it was kind of overwhelming. All of a sudden we're on a big label, and I think it forces you to second guess certain things more than we would now. You know, we kind of just follow our instincts a little bit more than we have in the past.
After several failed attempts in '95 to begin recording new material, the band finally did follow their instincts and headed to the Santa Ynez Mountains late in the year. They sequestered themselves on a 100-acre ranch that doubled as their home and recording studio. There they wrote, reconnected, and relearned how to be Stone Temple Pilots.
We hadn't played together in a year. I mean, the band had almost broken up. It was like starting over.
It worked out great, you know, and then when we all got together, it was a pretty good environment because you got to be like, you know, kids again, playing around all the time and making music, which is what we love. And it was really neat because we got to utilize the whole house. You know, everywhere the cables would reach, we utilized, from the bathroom to cedar closets to the front lawn to the living room.
When you said the front lawn, did they actually put you on the front lawn and have you play?
Yeah, we tried about 4 different rooms, and we just, it wasn't sounding right, you know, it sounded too big, and we wanted it to be a little drier and tighter. I wanted to be by the pool because it was a nice sunset, and the cables wouldn't reach out there, so we ended up, yeah, doing it in the front lawn.
Many of their unique recording techniques can be traced back to producer Brendan O'Brien, the man behind their last 2 records, as well as works for Neil Young, Matthew Sweet, and Pearl Jam.
He's just truly amazing. He has impeccable ears. He's a great guitar player. And when we're doing something, it's like we don't even have to talk. What I'm trying to convey onto tape, he already hears it without me even explaining it, and it just happens, you know.
What is the vibe of this record?
It's more raw, I would say, than the other two, only because it's less produced than, say, the last one. We really got into experimenting with a lot of things, and on this one it's a little more straight ahead.
If somebody played that for me and said, "Who's this band?" I wouldn't have said Stone Temple Pilots.
That's good.
Interesting instruments.
Yeah, it just goes back to, I think we all have an appreciation for so many kinds of music.
Mm-hmm. Any song on that record that you have as a favorite?
Yeah, I think Adhesive is probably my favorite. Especially what he did lyrically on that one. It's really amazing.
What about you, Scott?
7 Cage Tigers.
I'll put a vote for that one, too. That actually sounds like something he would have done maybe 10 years ago when he first started.
Yeah,
it just reminds me.
STP's visual image is often as strong as their music. But when the time came to shoot the first video for Tiny Music, they decided to tone things down and get back to the basics.
At the beginning of the song, play the camera 2, get your eyes like right in camera 2.
So we've done some sagas.
Yeah, a couple epics.
Yeah.
Why go lo-fi?
We've never done something where it's like, okay, music and we're just playing. So we wanted to make it as basic as we could get.
Stone Temple Pilots stripped down both sound and visuals for Tiny Music and geared up to launch a tour until Scott Weiland's drug demons returned to haunt him and the group. In April of '96, Weiland wound up in rehab and Stone Temple Pilots wound up canceling its tour because, as members of the group know, the band as a whole is only as healthy as its members.
A lot of people just view the musicians as like, okay, he's the bass player, he's the drummer. Well, it's not that way. We all contribute. It's really just a beautiful thing when the four of us do this.